Hi there! This video is meant to help you graph a piecewise defined function in ALEKS, and this happens to be ALEKS problem type 1. So this particular piecewise function has two pieces. Remember that h of x is just a fancy way of writing y. So my first piece is y equals 4, and my second piece is y equals -2. And if you think about the function y equals 4, it would just be a horizontal line, the horizontal line here where y equals 4. And so basically we want to graph that entire line, y equals 4, except we don't want it to be graphed when x is equal to 0. So this is basically saying I want y to equal 4 everywhere except at x equals 0. So I'm going to go ahead and graph the entire horizontal line here, and because I do want it to go left and right in both directions, I'm going to use my line tool. Now look at the difference between the tools here. This tool is a line segment. It has a start and an ending point. And this tool would be a ray, which means it has a starting point, and then it goes forever the opposite direction. And we don't want either one of those. We want our line to go both left and right forever. So we're going to go ahead and choose that line segment tool, and we're just going to graph the horizontal line. There we go. It doesn't matter where your first and second points are, somewhere on this horizontal line, y equals 4. However, we do not want it to be graphed when x is equal to 0. So that means we're going to have to come in and choose an open dot when x equals 0. So right here, when x equals 0, this is where y equals 4. We do not want to include that point. So we'll have an open dot there. And instead, the second piece says we want y to equal -2 if x is equal to 0. So that's actually a coordinate. Y equals -2 if x equals 0. So you're going to just plot the point where y equals -2 and x equals 0. So that would be the coordinate 0, -2. So right here, this would be the coordinate where the x value is 0 and the y value is -2. And then I want you to notice as well that this graph does pass the vertical line test because even though we have an open dot above, we have the solid dot below. So indeed, it will pass the vertical line test, which means it will be a function. And then we'll go ahead and check it to be sure. And we did it correctly. I hope that helps you graph piecewise defined functions that have a similar format to this one.